Okay, I was asked a question on explaining the spiritual will. The spiritual will comes by surrendering my personal will in the matter. So if I just so to say to God, look, I don't know how to control this illness or this situation or this financial situation, this person, I totally give up trying to control it, resent it, change it, resist it. To the extent I'm able to do that, i.e., the level of surrender and the sincerity and the deepness of the surrender, to that extent, the divine will, God's will be invoked. Generally speaking, that can be sort of 750 to 850. So that the divine will, God's will, is able to smash addictions and stop addictions if you are aligning with God and surrendering to God with great humility. Hawkins talks about people who are taken up into hurricanes, and a few of them surrender completely, you know, to whatever's going to happen. And they go into a state of infinite samadhi, really. It's infinite peace and bliss, timelessness. And at that point, the miraculous is invoked. So God's will and the presence of God comes. And, you know, they have miraculous stories, even though they're taken up into a tornado, they get put down safely on a haystack, which is just incredible. And they went into a sublime state of peace. So when you surrender your will, often people surrender their will just at the brink of death, or they think they're dying, and deeply surrender, say, look, I can't control it any longer. I surrender 100% to divinity. That often the extreme miraculous occurs because in that humility of stop trying to be God and control the world, God's will is invoked, and the spectacular miraculous occurs. Even in 12 steps, if you're sober from alcohol for 40 years, that is God's will, an alignment of surrendering personal will around alcohol. So but if say an atheist tries to use their human willpower to stop alcohol, life and death alcoholism, they wouldn't last very long before they pick up another drink, as human willpower is related to calibration. And if your calibration is below integrity, then you haven't got much of a will to resist temptation. Okay, so great question. If you watch Hawkins' videos, he'll gives you over and over again surrender, trying to resist, trying to control, trying to have an outcome, trying to label the situation, trying to have any whatever it is, totally surrender the situation completely with absolute humility, and God's will and the miraculous should start occurring at sometimes very incredible, profound levels. Okay, so I'm going to press stop recording.